and Coyote have been playing recently.
And then the Lee Sin ban as well, and then they're just going to get the Karma again. I think it worked out very, very well in the first game for Berry in the bot side. Obviously, it can be flexed to mid lane as well to Pan if they do want it, or even in the support role. I highly doubt it because I feel like, you know, these WRL and WCS teams, they don't really like to play Karma support. Even though sometimes I prefer it, you know, it allows you to play the hyper carries if you want to. You know, you can either go Draven if you want to. Draven, Karma bot side, that's another play that they can go for. But they do get the Jace, which was banned in the first game.
Okay, Coyote definitely. Unless Team Flash pivots a little bit, they do have red side, they do have that counter pick. They just want to make sure that the strongest... Okay, I'm not a Jace believer, but when Coyote uses it, his 1-3-1 is able to split push his 4-1, actually melts down towers, actually does a lot of work.
And if we go back to the first series, you think about how many times Coyote in all 3 games got away on 2-1 HP, and specifically his Jace, very, very tanky with the hole breaker. He knew how to push the limits, switching between ranged Jace and melee Jace.
Yeah, for sure. And then you're going to be having the backline damage now. You know, we're setting up a bit of a poke comp here, you know, with the Ziggs, with the Jace, a lot of range, a lot of poke, a lot of damage. But again, you know, this is the same sort of thing. You know, if they have the early game advantage again, when you go in and when you try to engage with this sort of comp, it might not really work out because you want to stay back, you want to stay poking. But look at this.
Yeah.
J-Team are just like, okay.
Again.
We'll just run it back.
Remember what we talked about at the top of the show. It is the big 5v5s at the Elder Drake is where the game deciding factor will happen. So if J-Team drafts a very strong 5v5 again, which is slowly, for Team Flash, not looking like it, it's a triple poke comp with the Kha'Zix now, right? You've got poke from the Jace, poke from Void Spikes, and poke from the Ziggs. Right now, Team Flash badly needs disengage because J-Team is forming a very aggressive competition. Right now, I say, you need the Gragas here for Team Flash.
Well, Rakan banned away here by Team Flash, obviously feeling the engage power by J-Team, and saw what DY could do with it in the last game. And remember, no Lee Sin to facilitate as Zissou did in this last one. In last game, he was 3,000 gold up at 9 minutes over Cherry. Cherry, not so scary early, but then as the game got a little bit later,
pretty scary.
He became quite merry.
I mean, the thing about this jungle matchup as well now, you know, Kha'Zix against Wukong. Kha'Zix is a champion that kind of wants to wait at the back line, wait to try and go in and get the assassination, get the resets. But again, Wukong is another champion that as soon as Zissou jumps in on the Kha'Zix, you can just use your ultimate. You use your ultimate, you use your clone as well. You can just deny kind of the Kha'Zix jumping around doing all this damage.
It's basically the same thing. You expect Team Flash to go jump on you. And meanwhile, okay, I like this, a Zed ban.
There's one pick that's still left open, which is the Riven. There you go. As soon as I say it, this is interesting. I actually thought that Team Flash were going to ban it out, but instead they're like, okay, we're not going to ban it out. We're just going to take away for ourselves, which looks like it's going to be a shy pick in the top side.
My biggest gripe, though, is Team Flash doesn't have enough CC. Yes, they have a lot of raw damage output, but how can you hold targets down in the big 5v5s? Yes, I get it. You have a poke composition, you throw things, hopefully it hits. But at the same time, J-Team, if you have an all-engaged composition, you negate the poke, you just press the trigger and then go at them.
I love this Renekton pick as well for Dawn. You know, the aggression, the topside aggression as well for Dawn. You know, he played a decent in the first time with the Riven versus Akali matchup. But this is Dawn saying, okay, you know, you're playing Riven, you're going to be scaling. I'm playing Renekton. I'm going to go in. I'm going to play aggressive, and I'm going to get this advantage.
Whoa! I like this so much.
Wait a second.
Okay.
I actually think this is Barry bot lane Lucian now. There's no way you play Karma Nami bot lane.
Unless
double support bot lane.
They picked Rakan Karma earlier, so it is a possibility they give still this Lucian to to reign free, get more experience.
That kind of makes sense. I mean, I think Rakan Karma is fine because you have like the double CC combo, but Karma Nami just says to me, just like, no, it doesn't really work. And Karma Lucian is one of the strongest bot lanes, I think, in the entire game right now. And it just shows, and it kind of tells you kind of what I was saying at the start with J-Team, you know, with Lucian Nami, aggression, go in.
And that's the reason why they instead draft something like a Braum. We talked about Gragas being the big disengage, but then Braum works as fine as a big...
Gonna be the Renekton lane. Renekton needs to make that one work, especially with the Wukong coming in. This time, there is no Ashe to hunt you down with the arrows. Yeah, but the start from Team Flash still going to be very much the same. You want to get priority coming in from Coyote here. You have the Braum, who's such a strong level 1 champion as well. So instead of using Shy's tempo this time around, you use Ellie and Empties. And I like this because Team Flash, every time they have a lane that they know cannot contest, Akali level 1 cannot contest lane. You cannot contest lane into Lucian Nami, especially as a Ziggs Braum. You sacrifice that lane's tempo to get Coyote's lane pushing.
And immediately we get to see what happens here as they get back into lane. We'll see the wave crashing in towards the turret on the bottom side.
Yeah.
And what we also see here happen, J-Team, they get this early game going by having some strong lanes. Stuart called it out, Pond will be in the mid lane with the Karma, and it's Barry instead with the Lucian.
Barry is very capable of playing this Lucian as well, and that's exactly why our analyst Des was saying we don't know who's going to be the carry on the side of J-Team. You have the flex potential between Pond, between Barry, sometimes even with Dawn. And I think this draft is so fitting for J-Team, so good for J-Team. Whereas on the side of Team Flash, honestly, it's a very Team Flash draft as well, isn't it, Grandin? A lot of mechanics max, a lot of split pushing power. It looks good too.
I think we're going to see a slightly slower start to the game this time around. Neither side really has that overwhelming advantage. There are going to be some opportunities with Renekton towards the top end, but beyond that, don't quite see much more happening. So I suppose we get a little bit of time to talk about what happens with these two compositions here, Ovo.
Well, J-Team, it's very simple what they want to do. It's a team fight in comp. They want to go in, Wukong Cyclone, a bunch of Enchanter supports to keep you buffed up as well. They might get his flashing.
More than a flash! First blood once again
What?
to Team Flash.
No, but Team Flash are so good. Oh, look at how they timed that. No, I'm just so impressed. I'm such a fan of Team Flash. Like, I just don't think that these plays are going to happen. I think it's just, yeah, Cherry's going to flash, you get a flash. Nice. It's not game winning.
You went so flustered. You just
Yeah,
went
it's just
full.
so cool. It's just they timed their spells so well. They're so in sync. They burst you at the same time. Call back to the video that we had Team Flash talking about earlier today, and they were saying, you know, we have good teamwork, we have good team trust, good communication. We are on the same page, and it shows.
Flashing forward, Dawn picks up damage onto Shy. The trade kill, committing both summoners on both sides for the kill.
I think that's a little bit worth here if you're Shy. You didn't commit your Broken Blade. You still get some gold traded back, even though you do lose some EXP. You do lose this wave. It's okay because you scale better than Renekton. Credit to Dawn, though. That was a very clean combo coming in from him.
The Kraken Slayer as well.
Yeah, that's a very interesting pickup.
Ignite coming across, but coming in through the invisibility. You didn't see it coming. DY now in danger. Zissou flashes forward, gets the chilling smite. Not even necessary. Gets the damage down for killing the bot side again.
Wait, it wasn't even red buff. How did Zissou get that
Yeah,
last
where was
kill?
that damage coming from? Electrocute? No, not electrocute. Where does damage come from?
He's just built different, Brendan.
He just has additional damage.
He willed it.
He
wouldn't
willed the
understand.
damage. I
Oh,
definitely
Shy
would
misses
not
the
understand.
Q3 though, and he
Look at what
pops his out
happens
late.
here. He already has the ultimate, and now he's looking for a few more auto attacks.
A bit of a misplay from Shy. He popped his ulti late. The Broken Wings came out late. He missed his Q3 knockup, and because of that, Dawn gets to walk away. He should not be alive there. He even goes and picks up 2 honey fruits, one from the river, one from the lane, and he's good to go again.
But he steps forward. He uses his dash early on. As a result, 3 men dive on the top side, punishes Dawn.
No, but I'm such a fan of Team Flash. Their plays are so good. Their plays are so clever.
Cherry flashes in, looking for the catch on the Zissou. Shy over, but the back gets hit by the smite, but he's still alive now. Cherry finally gets tagged here. Gets knocked up in the passive by the Braum, but he cannot hunt for the kill. Vorpal spikes onto Cherry.
Okay,
Not
so
enough
let's
damage.
run through what happened in in Dawn's mind right there. I just took a trade against Shy. He burned all his spells. He cannot kill me. I took 2 honey fruit. I'm back to basically full health. We just saw Zissou gank the dragon lane. But Zissou and Empty, they went for the gank. They immediately reset and they beeline up top lane. Zissou did not stop for a single jungle camp. And that timing window was so perfect that they caught Dawn just as he dashed in. Just fantastic stuff. Fantastic early game from Team Flash yet again.
Yet again, we get to see the first spawn come through with Infernal Dragon being the dragon of the game.
You don't win
Shy
this.
in the top side now, taking damage to Dawn. Mistimes the stun, and so has to use his barrier. Picks up the honey fruit, and he's going to get the play under his turret for now.
These trades are so volatile from both Shy and Dawn, but I kind of feel like there are misplays coming in from both sides as well. They're taking fights with their ultimates down. Shy once again, if he had his ultimate, if he popped his ultimate, he would have won that fight. Same situation as the first fight. Sorry?
There's a lot of tension in that lane.
There's a lot of tension in that lane. There's a lot of mind games. There's a lot of mechanics that you need to consider. It's a very volatile lane, which is exactly why we saw Zissou and Empty make the trip up whenever they can, and it's going to be an objective trade here.
Yeah, once again, looks like J-Team fight for the Dragon and look to take that
Team Flash
one
more
instead, but Team Flash trying to run in, looking to try and deny that away. It goes over to J-Team, ultimately Cherry with a secure. You can now start to see Coyote in the back of the pit has to flash over the wall.
Oh
Ellie
no,
flashing
Ellie!
forward aggressively, uses satchel charge, needs one more bouncing bomb for a kill on the DY, but a tidal wave coming across. The barrier won't save him, hunted on the turret, but he gets the bouncing bomb on the exit. Cool guys, don't look at explosions, and it is the coolest one of all.
And it's the Avery as well to go for the fade away there. Zissou and Coyote, they even want more. They want one more charge from the turret here. I think we see some action between Shy and Dawn as well. Just fights everywhere.
A knock up onto the Rift Tower, but it does get that second charge. Coyote needs to start walking away, but a trade in the bot side here for JT. They managed to push this bot wave and bot turret down.
Yeah, that's a bit of gold going over to Barry. That's going to be good for him. He has the Storm Razor already, and he's going to be a key part of the damage profile here in J-Team's team composition. We talked about last game, Pawn playing mid lane Lucian, had Black Cleaver, had Howlbreaker, was not able to do a lot of damage in team fights. That's not going to be the case this time. You have Barry here, who has basically two supports, Karma and Nami buffing him up as he goes for a full crit build. This Lucian's going to be doing a lot of damage, and Team Flash need to keep that in mind.
The ebb and flow of this game has been so even.
I like
both
that ebb and
sides
flow.
trading evenly. Yeah, we've got a Nami in here and everything. Both sides trading so well across the board, and as a result, Team Flash with a slight gold lead, but J-Team with the Infernal Drink.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, that
Very
J-Team has
close.
kept the gold this even. But if you look at the EXP, yeah, that's where it starts to differ, doesn't it? It's always Zissou finding farm, finding gold, finding some sort of lead over Cherry. Yet again, he's found himself close to a 2,000 gold lead already over the Monkey King here. This Kha'Zix is going to be a very big threat, but he needs to be careful because if he's careless in these team fights, the double enchanters, the Wukong, the point and click stun from the Kha'Zix can truly, from the Renekton can really punish him.
We saw what happened with the large AoE ultimates from the combo
Dawn.
last game. Now we're looking for a catch onto Dawn. Dawn gets to start dashing away. Scuttle Crab going over to Team Flash and trading for pressure here. Both sides. You miss position, you get caught out, you take damage. The Unbreakable, the shield takes up the tidal wave. And so J-Team lose a massive ultimate. Response here from Shy now. Needs to execute. An auto attack gets the job done. Assist coming through from Ellie, and Zissou runs down the support as well.
No, seriously, how good is Team Flash? Didn't I just see Zissou at the bot side Scuttle Crab? How is he here?
They're fighting the top side again, Omo. Pan has to use his ultimate, has to burn the barrier. But it's a close fight on both sides. Whereas Team Flash, they pick up a bit lane tier 2.
Big dub from Team Flash, mid lane tier 2 at 8 minutes in game. Coyote in a bit of trouble here though.
He has to start running away. Burns the flash here. Dawn flashes forward, looking for the kill on the Coyote. Will be able to pick that one up. Ellie flashes back towards the turret, but the Nimbus strike follows after the Ziggs. Takes him down.
Yeah, Team Flash had to just back away. They knew the Cyclone was already committed from Cherry. The chase from Dawn, the Monkey King, and the Renekton just chasing down Coyote and Ellie. It's basically a repeat of last game, isn't it, Grandin? A bit of deja vu. Dawn and Cherry hunting Coyote and Ellie, who are playing these immobile champions. They really got to be a lot more careful. They're great at making the proactive plays, but they're starting to be callous on the defense.
Going back to even here for J-Team with that top side turret. Over to them.
Look
Cherry
at
is
Zissou,
going to get caught out. Zissou trying to use his combo, but we
this.
have the Warrior coming across a little bit more damage, and especially with the Isolate, won't mean a kill to Zissou. Revenge for his teammates.
Unstoppable as well on this Kha'Zix right now. Not only finding the gold leads, not only finding the gangs, finding the solo kill. And this play was nice. It was good stuff coming in from Ellie and from Coyote. But at this point, just back away. What was that? It was so greedy from Coyote. And not only did it cost him his life, it cost him his flash, Ellie's flash. And those are very valuable spells because we're rapidly approaching the Mountain Dragon fight. Not having those flashes means if Cherry gets on top of you, if Dawn gets on top of you, you are going to die.
I believe that was barrier as well, and so actually quite an expensive exchange there for Team Flash. We'll have to see if that does hurt them in this coming Rift Tower exchange. Coyote picks up the Rift Tower, but over by the side, Dawn once again finds a beautiful flank, taking down Zissou before he can escape. A double kill for Cherry.
The good news from Team Flash there is they secure the Dragon and they set up the waves beforehand.
Well, they didn't get the Dragon's coming up.
They get the Herald.
Yeah,
they
get
set
the
up the
Rift
waves. Yeah, and because of the wave setups, they don't lose mid lane tier 1. But J-Team's team fighting have started to look really, really good. This is a bit scary for Team Flash because that's exactly what happened in game 1 as well. Team Flash, great early game, couple of mistakes here and there, and J-Team's team fighting take over. This time around, I'm starting to see shades of that as well. J-Team's team fighting prowess is starting to be on display.
Well, we might be able to see Team Flash prophecy fulfilled here. Almost, you said they secured the dragon. Let's see if they actually get that done.
Fingers crossed, right? I guess that was what I was hoping for here. But we do see a very big power spike come in from Dawn right now. If he gets on top of any of your squishies with Bark and Black Cleaver, he will one-shot them.
Ellie does have his barrier, so hopefully that might make it a little bit easier to play for. Cherry comes in, joins into the fight, into the pit here. Zizou over to the backline, but still goes to the Cherry. Zizou has to flash away, so you're fighting a man down over by the backline. Dawn spots out Zizou, know where he's hiding. They take down the jungler on the side of Team Flash, but the response comes through from J-Team as they quickly look for a fight. Aqua Prison lands on the Shine, lands on the Empty, prevents them from moving around. Dawn once again dives into the backline. Coyote cannot stop them. They barely managed to find some damage back onto J-Team, but Team Flash losing the fight to a decisive re-engage from J-Team.
J-Team are taking over. J-Team's team fighting is coming online, and I gotta call out Barry, man. We look at Dawn have these fancy dives. We look at Barry dash into the back line, but DY has hit every Aqua Prison on at least one target. He's been landing consistent multi-man prisons. He's been hitting the right targets. He pressured Zizou off the dragon, forcing Zizou to go for the aggressive jump in. And honestly, DY, it seems like it doesn't matter what he's playing. He could play Rakan, he could play an engaged support, he could play an Enchanter, and he'll still find a way to make the fight happen.
J-Team now in a position where they have some solid team fighting power, especially around objectives like this.
And this fight looks good for a second here. You look at Shy, he finds such a great angle in on the fight, but the exhaust timings are fantastic coming in from the side of J-Team.
Okay, really I guess we don't get to watch that one. I mean, we got to see a little bit more action towards the top side, and with a minute away from Baron, perhaps this is for the best.
Well, Cherry dives in.
They're trying to look for a fight here, but it is a little interesting
look at the
how
bubble!
much they committed for this one. Ellie over by the back. Zizou has to dash away with the lead. Now they're diving on the turret. Dawn hunting for a kill, but J-Team get it done before that is needed.
And this has become domination coming in from J-Team. We talked about the stylistic matchup, how this differs from the JDG series. Team Flash have not played a team with such strong laners the entire tournament. J-Team might well be the team with the best laners in the entire tournament, and they are showing it. Barry and DY so aggressive. DY's Aqua Prisons. He's hitting multi-man bubbles every single time.
Clean laners across the board. The strength of J-Team and Team Flash. They find a lead to start, but very quickly scaling goes back over to J-Team.
And the scaling is also part of the team composition. That's what we talked about, right? We said Team Flash had better scaling in game 1, and they did. But J-Team has better team fighting, easier team fighting. Wukong stands there, he spins, and there's so little that your mechanically focused team comps, your mechanically focused champions can do. How can a Kha'Zix play against Wukong? How can a Akali play against a Karma? J-Team have drafted ease of execution in game 1 and game 2, and they're getting rewarded for it. Team Flash, they need to remove these picks in the next coming games.
I love Dawn's positioning. The fact is J-Team don't have a massive front line. Despite that, Dawn is proactively looking for the side angle, looking for the flank, and that's paying off massively for Team Flash.
J-Team don't have a true front
not
line.
for Team Flash, for J-Team.
Yeah, but J-Team have a pseudo front line. Look at the Karma, pop the shield, run forward. That's your front line. You just out-kite your opponents.
Zizou nearly goes down, but Pan nearly goes down as well, and so both sides losing HP on some of their main damage dealers.
And honestly, the setup there from Team Flash was very nice. But Brandon, what is that we always say about poke comps? You can't afford to fall behind. And Team Flash, they've fallen behind. 5,000 gold, 2 dragons down. J-Team can muscle their way through the poke at this point.
You would think with the wave clear that Team Flash have that they will be able to hold on, but the decisiveness from J-Team, the amount of engage they have to quickly punish the mistakes from Team Flash make it so difficult to play for. And even now in this matchup against the Renekton, you said against the Squishy he would win, but even against the Riven, he does so well.
Well, Riven is a Squishy at this point in the game, and look at Coyote's flash. This connection coming in from Team Flash.
Committed to the flash, chases into the kill, but it's Cherry lying away, and the kill lure has become the kill.
No. Granted, bad puns aside, that was terrible for Team Flash. They're starting to look disconnected, and that's not what we were saying about them in game 1.
bad punt for bad kill, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I guess it works out that way.
I'll save the good punts for the good kills.
Okay, we'll see a couple of those as the series goes on. As J-Team gets a lead, we're gonna see Barry pop off very soon. The lower they get, there comes a point where Barry on this Lucian will just dash in.
And at this point, J-Team just have firm control across the map.
Yeah.
Vision line set up and established around the Baron, around the Dragon as they clear out the camps from Zissou. Zissou had that strong lead to start, but now it's Cherry with the level and EXP advantage.
And now the Dragon spawning in 10 seconds as well. Zissou still trying to find some farm desperately. Team Flash, I don't think they're able to contest this one. I think they have to trade, and that looks like exactly what they're going to do. Look at Zissou. He even skips a wave. He says, Coyote, you pick this one up. I'll go grab the next wave. So we're set on tempo in the Baron lane for 2 waves. But you reset now, you're never going to make it to the Dragon in time. So it's just Team Flash playing for farm, playing for gold. They know they cannot contest. Good news for Team Flash. Mid-tier 1 still up. Ziggs is going to keep that alive for a while longer. Bad news to Team Flash. Elder Dragon timer is rapidly approaching.
Well, we're going to be about 6 minutes away from the next one, and 3 dragons to J-Team. A 4th would be disastrous for Team
It would be
Flash.
game over, 100%.
And so J-Team, they just need to play for that late game. They play for that scaling, and with how they've been going so far, more than likely to get there.
Coyote's caught.
They're playing once again for the catch on the Coyote. That's the power of the Unbreakable. The reason why you draft the Braum, but J-Team overpower you, overwhelm you. Take you down the mid lane. Shine joins into the fight. Looking to take that pan. Finally gets through the shield to do it. But with the stun coming through from Dawn and the damage coming through from Barry, a triple kill and a 4-man takedown for J-Team.
The exhausts are devastating against Shy. He cannot play the game. He's finding the angles. He's finding the team fight starters. But the exhaust every single time just shuts him down. What a stark contrast from Dawn's Riven in the last game where he just took over team fights. And now J-Team, they smell the end. They don't need the Elder.
Fortification up for Team Flash. And so going to be difficult, but they managed to take down the inhibitor, and that opens up the Nexus. Nexus there for the taking for J-Team. One more creep there as well.
My goodness.
J-Team have to back away with 3 seconds on the respawn of Team Flash.
But I'm going to be real with you here, Grandin. That is basically game for J-Team. 3 dragons in their pocket, 10,000 gold lead. Could you ask for a better game state? Not by much. I want to pay attention to Ellie right now. The big question for me is, how does Ellie die before the fight starts? Well, this just shouldn't happen, should it? It's a mispositioning. He disrespects the Renekton. Dawn jumps in, punishes Alley, and Barry smells the pop-off angle. Look at Shy, he comes in invisible. I'm surprised J-Team could even exhaust him when he's invisible, but that's fine. He takes down Pawn.
Sure.
He tries to look for more onto Barry, but exhausts every single time. It's so frustrating to play against. Shuts down Riven completely.
And it's as a wise man once said, Obo, these players have hands! J-Team running down Team Flash in the mid lane. Barry comes through with a kill, taking down Empty. Zissou running him back to base. Has a Guardian Angel, the culling to put the pressure onto Team Flash. Baron now up. J-Team start to rotate over.
J-Team are gonna get this. They take the Baron so fast with this team composition. The Lucian will just shred through it. But looks like J-Team, they might want to look for a turn here. Barry's on a ward. They clear that one out. Team Flash, are they aware that this is a bait?
Dawn pops the ultimate. Barry auto attacks onto Zissou, immediately chunks him down less than half. Look at that damage, Omo.
Zissou needs to pick up a TP. I don't think he has gold. He's gonna try for it. He's gonna face check.
They're in the brush. The ultimate comes in, gives him a little bit more intel, but a catch onto Zissou. Zissou has to leap away. 4-man in the brush, waiting.
Good news for Team Flash is they are still resetting the Dragon, but J-Team, they don't want to finish. Oh, sorry, the Baron. J-Team don't want to finish. They want to turn.
Coyote trying to cut the wave here. Shy caught out.
Nowhere to run. This might be an end angle. Look at the super minions coming in. Massive wave from the top side. But I think J-Team, the safe play here is to just get the Baron. Man, Dawn is a raid boss on this Renekton. He's going to try to chase Coyote even, maybe.
It could have been an end angle, but knowing how same J-Team like to play it, that won't happen.
They don't need to take any risks. They've won the game already. They just need to close it out slowly. Look at that, though.
They don't need to take any risks as they take a massive risk by chasing after the kill onto Empty.
Just no damage coming in from Team Flash. It's a wallet gap at this point in the game. And I want to point out the Elder Dragon timer also. That's coming up in a couple of seconds right now for Team Flash. Oh, sorry, for J-Team to really easily just pick up.
Man, you hate to see it, wallet gap.
Wallet gap, it is what it is.
So unfortunate.
But it's a well-deserved wallet gap. J-Team's team fighting around neutral objectives have been
yeah, it's a
spectacular.
meritocracy. They've been working for it.
Well, it is in Wild Rift. 7-1 and 7 right now, Barry. He is full build on this Lucian.
Well
Doesn't get better than this.
Switched over from the Hullbreaker Lucian in the mid lane. Now they're going to play to the bot side. You have the Nami and so much more additional damage. Team Flash, not prepared for that.
Yeah, the Ardent Sensor coming in on top of that as well. Double shielding. 2 Lockets. Healing coming in from Nami. Shielding coming in from Karma. This team comp from J-Team has outscaled Team Flash.
Maybe only saving grace here for Team Flash. They are almost hitting level 15, and so in terms of EXP,
yeah, well,
catching up to J-Team at the very least.
You also got to consider the fact that it's so difficult for champions like Kha'Zix, Jace, and Riven to play into J-Team's team comp at this point in the game. Now 20 seconds on the Elder Dragon. Baron minion wave is coming in the top side. Team Flash, it's closing in on you. The walls are closing in. What do you do here?
Team Flash struggling for breath as they kick their feet in this pool. J-Team want to choke them out, want to close out the game, get damage down onto Empty again. The Aqua Prison comes down, the bubble lands onto the Braum. Empty flashes away, uses the heal, the Dragon starts up.
Barry's just so on point with his plays. Shy is not even in the same universe as this Dragon right now.
Dawn with the ultimate over by the side, looking for
Zissou.
Zissou immediately hits the hourglass, but he's caught in between all the members of J-Team. They come in with the tidal wave. Cherry dives into the backline. Shy joins in, but Cherry flashes away, gets to reposition, join back with his team. Zissou's still alive, but he's running away desperately as he gets taken down. It's Dawn with the kill pickup. Flash away as he's trying to get back over onto the Raptors side. Stay alive, keep the game going. They're looking to take down Dawn, but Dawn has the hourglass of his own as well. Shy still there. Cherry runs into the Nexus for the rest of J-Team closing out the game. J-Team deliver with the 2-0 over Team Flash.
What a win coming in from J-Team. Yet again, the early game in full control from Team Flash. But J-Team know how to win these games. They know what their team comp does. We are better at 5v5ing. We will set you up. We will bait you in. We will flank you. Dawn has been doing amazingly. Cherry has been losing the early games to Zissou. But he says, you know what? No shame in that. I do my job in the team fights. I kill your back.
Go for that 50-50 smite fight, because at that point of the game, you can think, okay, you know, Zissou can jump in on Kha'Zix, maybe they can steal a Baron, maybe they can get back in the game. What they do is they can play around their vision, they play around the enemy's side of the jungle, and they play around getting picks, which is what they did so well. Dawn again in that last team fight, where he was able to get the flank onto Zissou, jump on top of Zissou, and he's basically dead, was so perfect. I just love how this team they know their limits. They don't do anything, I would say, over aggressive and anything really stupid in terms of, you know, 50-50